The WNBA is in total chaos, and Commissioner Cathy Engelbert is at the center of the biggest scandal in league history. A shocking new report has revealed that Engelbert initially had no intention of suspending Alyssa Thomas for her brutal throat punch on Caitlin Clark. According to multiple sources, she felt that since no foul was called on the court, a suspension was too steep. But here's where it gets crazy. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver reportedly stepped in and forced Engelbert to act. He told her she had to reverse course and suspend Thomas. And the fans? They are absolutely furious. Pretty clear Engelbert is not the right commissioner for this new era of the WNBA and has to go, one fan wrote. She had to be told to do that? Jesus. I don't know how she still has her job, another added. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The outrage has reached Capitol Hill. A group of Republican lawmakers sent an official letter to Engelbert demanding answers about how the league is protecting Clark. They even threatened to involve the Department of Justice. And if that wasn't enough, Engelbert reportedly pulled out of a scheduled interview with Dan Patrick because she was afraid to answer tough questions. Dave Portnoy called her a total coward. This is the biggest crisis in WNBA history. And it's all because of one decision, or lack thereof, by Commissioner Engelbert. Buckle up, because this one is massive. It all started on June 24, 2026, during a game between the Indiana Fever and the Phoenix Mercury. The play was ugly. Phoenix forward Alyssa Thomas made contact with her fist to Caitlin Clark's throat during a loose ball scramble. It was the kind of play that makes you wince. It was the kind of play that should have been an automatic ejection. But here's the problem, the officials on the court didn't call a foul. Not even a common foul. They let the play continue like nothing happened. The internet exploded. Fans were furious. How could a player punch another player in the throat and not even get a foul called? Clark herself said after the game, "I did think it was a flagrant foul." She added, "It's kind of been a discussion for 3 years now, and I think we really need to do a better job protecting the people in this league." Fever coach Stephanie White went even further, calling the officiating of games involving Clark egregious and utterly disrespectful. And then came the letter from Congress. 11 Republican lawmakers wrote to Engelbert demanding accountability over what they called repeated attacks against Clark. This wasn't just a basketball controversy anymore. This was a national news story. And then came the report that changed everything. Sports Business Journal's Tom Friend reported that the punishment for Thomas didn't originate with Engelbert or the WNBA at all, it came from Adam Silver. According to the report, Silver implored Engelbert to reverse course and suspend Thomas. Multiple sources confirmed that Engelbert initially had no intention of suspending Thomas. She reportedly felt that since no foul was called on the court, a suspension was too steep. The WNBA later upgraded the play to a flagrant 2 and suspended Thomas for 1 game with a $1,000 fine. But the damage was done. The question on everyone's mind, why did Engelbert need to be told what to do? Fans were absolutely livid. Engelbert would have done nothing. Cathy Engelbert needs to be removed, one user wrote. Pretty clear Engelbert is not the right commissioner for this new era of the WNBA and has to go, another added. If so, she clearly doesn't know how to lead. She needed someone who knows what they're doing to tell her what to do, read one comment. I was told that the WNBA makes its own decisions separate from the NBA and doesn't answer to Adam Silver. The past several years have proven that to be categorically false, another remarked. Even Clark's own teammates were frustrated. Sophie Cunningham has been vocal about the league's failures, calling the WNBA the laughingstock of sports. Adam Silver has been forced to address the controversy publicly. Speaking at the Game Plan Summit in New York, Silver was asked about the report. He refused to confirm whether he pressured Engelbert, saying it would be unfair to Engelbert and Clark. But his silence spoke volumes. Instead, Silver focused on something else, the fact that Clark has become a political football. Ultimately, the issues around Caitlin Clark are not largely about officiating, Silver said. I have come to know Caitlin really well. She's an incredible player and also an incredible person. And she wants to focus on being the best player she can. She has become a bit of a political football in this country, and I think it's incredibly unfair to her. Silver added, I don't even think it's fair to her that this has become a separate storyline about one foul. But he also admitted, do we need to improve WNBA officiating? No doubt about it. This was a stunning admission from the most powerful man in basketball. And it sent shockwaves through the sports world. The fan reaction has been absolutely explosive. Dave Portnoy, one of Clark's most vocal supporters, called out Engelbert directly. When Engelbert pulled out of a scheduled interview with Dan Patrick at the American Century Championship golf tournament, Portnoy lost it. Dan Patrick said his team waited nearly 2 hours before receiving an explanation. The message was that WNBA PR didn't want Engelbert to do the interview. This is one of my biggest pet peeves in the world, Portnoy wrote on X, when people like it Cathy Engelbert say they can't do something because their agent or PR said so. They work for you. Absolute coward move. On his podcast, Portnoy didn't hold back, you're the commissioner of the WNBA. What do you mean your PR people won't let you go on? It's your decision. You're their boss, of course you can overrule. So, that's a total lie, total cop-out, she's a total coward, and she has mismanaged this league from the word go the second Caitlin Clark got in here. Fans agreed. This is just yet another example of what a clown show the WNBA is. Worst run league in the world, Portnoy added. The anger isn't just about one decision, it's about a pattern of behavior. Engelbert has been criticized for months over her handling of Clark. From the Rookie of the Year announcement, Clark got a phone call on speaker while Paige Buchers got an in-person presentation on the Jennifer Hudson show, to the lack of protection for Clark on the court, fans feel the league is failing its biggest star. Here's how bad it's gotten, members of Congress are now involved. Representative August Pfluger, chairman of the Republican Study Committee, led a group of 11 lawmakers in sending an official letter to Engelbert. The letter demanded accountability over what they called repeated acts of unnecessary physical hostility and violence against Clark. Caitlin Clark is transforming women's sports, the letter began. She has inspired a new generation of young girls to participate in athletics and has become one of the most influential figures in the history of women's basketball. The lawmakers specifically referenced several incidents. Clark has been hip-checked, poked in the eye, and struck in the throat during games. They didn't stop there. The letter argued that if discrimination or retaliation is occurring and creating a hostile work environment, it could constitute violations of federal civil rights laws. The league was given a deadline of July 24 to respond. Jemele Hill, the longtime sports journalist, said the letter shows the conversation has gone far beyond basketball. The bad actors are heavily involved, and I don't know if they're leaving the party anytime soon. To see a group of Republican lawmakers actually put together a letter questioning not only Cathy Engelbert for how Caitlin Clark is being treated in the WNBA, but also to threaten to have the Department of Justice investigate the WNBA for racial discrimination. That's when S is out of hand. Hill added, anything that happens with Caitlin Clark, it gives Fox programming for 6 hours. So where do we go from here? Scenario 1, Engelbert resigns or is fired. Sources say the WNBA Board of Governors, with Silver's influence, could decide that Engelbert's time is up. She's lost the trust of the players and fans. Her leadership has been called into question. And Silver clearly doesn't trust her to make the right decisions. Scenario 2, the league reforms. Engelbert could try to save her job by implementing major reforms, better officiating, better player protection, and a more transparent disciplinary process. But is it too little, too late? Scenario 3, Clark leaves. The biggest threat to the WNBA is losing Clark. She's already rejected the league once. She's turned down $100 million overseas. She could do it again. If she walks away, the WNBA's ratings drop, ticket sales plummet, and the momentum disappears. And that's the story of the WNBA's biggest crisis yet. Commissioner Cathy Engelbert is under fire for failing to protect Caitlin Clark. Adam Silver had to force her to act. Fans are calling for her head. And Congress is investigating. This isn't just about one foul. This is about a league that doesn't know how to handle its biggest star. And it could cost them everything. Now we want to hear from you. Should Cathy Engelbert resign? Is the WNBA failing Caitlin Clark? And what should the league do next? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a basketball fan who needs to know what's really going on. This is your channel name, signing off. Peace, love, and women's basketball forever. Basketball.